kicking off the Wednesday edition of Studio 12. Matt Simon with you here from the south end zone of Kyle Field. And it's kind of fun to start off the show with talking about a national championship. What do you think? You guys are all right with that?
Yeah.
We welcome in Will Williams and Mylik Kerley, Aggie Track and Field national champions. Guys, first off, and Mylik, I'll start with you. Congrats. First, you've had a couple days to process now. You guys won this on a Saturday. What's it feel like to know that you are national champions? No one will ever take that from y'all.
Well, it feels good, but at the same time, it's still a unsurreal moment. Like me during the summertime last year, me like not knowing where I was going to be at, what school I was going to be going to. Like now, it still feels so surreal because out here we're blessed, and everybody doesn't get the opportunity to just do what we just completed, the task that we just completed. So I'm just here and I'm blessed.
And then, Will, for you, what's your thoughts here with a couple days to process it? National champions. I mean, you're probably not going to get tired of hearing it, is what I'm guessing.
I mean, like Mylik said, the feeling is definitely unreal. But then looking at the group of guys that came, it was guys who talked about this and we dreamed about this since like last June, since we left nationals last year. And the feeling is just very sensational. It's a very sensational feeling. Like I still can't really take it all in.
Yeah. For those of you maybe that if you haven't heard what happened already, I don't know where you've been for the last couple of days, but the Aggies win the national championship. It's their first indoor national championship on either side. The men take it home. They take it by a half a point. It came down to the final race. And, Mylik, I do want to talk to you about that race, obviously, for a second. But, Will, let's start with you. One of the themes after the championship from all the stuff you guys are talking to the media was every point mattered. Every point counted. And, frankly, you won by a half point. So it's very obvious that it did. But, for you, let's start for you from an individual effort. You finished second. You win a silver medal in the long jump. And what does it mean for you to be able to contribute knowing that every single inch you got out of your jump helped your team win a national championship?
It means a lot because I talked to Fred and Mylik earlier this year, and we talked about the things we wanted to accomplish going into the year and then going to nationals. And they did their part coming into nationals, and then I just talked to myself, isolated myself and talked to myself, like, I got to do my part. I got to help them out. We got to come into this meet. Sorry for the
No,
story.
you're good.
But, I just had to come into the meet comfortable and relaxed and play my part.
Yeah, Mylik, for you, you knew when you guys got up to the line there on the 4x4 that it was going to come down to that. But you also know, kind of in looking back, that it did take every single point you got from anybody on the squad. You did some individual help there earlier with the 400, and then your teammates are adding up points. What does that mean to know that every single point your teammates contributed, all the effort they put in, all kind of led up to that moment?
It means a lot because, in certain environments, in certain places, and especially this program, you have to learn how to depend on your teammates. Because everybody says that track and field is just an individual sport, but whenever it comes to championship season, it's definitely like a team sport also. Like, you have to depend on your teammates, and your teammates have to come through in clutch moments. And that's exactly what we did.
Mylik Kerley, Will Williams with us here on Studio 12. The Aggies national champions. They did it in front of a packed house at the Gilliam Indoor Stadium on Saturday. Mylik, talk about that crowd. Have you ever seen anything like that? I mean, I know that was a very dramatic moment, but have you ever seen anything like that with the energy in that building?
I said this to my coaches. I said this to a couple of teammates. Like, it was nothing. Like, even with me just running the 400, I heard the applause for Fred. I was like, gosh, that's crazy. Like, whenever we were in the same heat the first day, and this is just the first day. It's not even finals yet.
Yeah.
And everybody's yelling and screaming. And I've been to a lot of track meets, and big track meets, not just little track meets. And I feel like I've never witnessed an environment like that. And, if we could keep that going into the outdoor season, and maybe whenever we have the new stadium, that'll be crazy. Everybody will want to come here, but at the same time, they'll probably be a little bit hesitant to, because the environment is crazy. And we also had a good track meet. A lot of people from all around the NCAA had good marks. We had a couple collegiate records, a couple collegiate record ties, and we had a lot of a lot of great athletes that came here, and they were like, okay, maybe this environment is crazy. And that'll probably be a good recruiting tool in the future, is the environment and the atmosphere of Texas A&M.
Will, for you, do you remember, obviously you're not in that race, so you're on the sideline cheering on your teammates, cheering on your friends. Do you remember that moment, maybe the last lap specifically, maybe the race specifically? What's going through your mind as you're watching that?
I think I remember the race, meter for meter, from Fred popping it off to handing it to Bobby, and me being kind of skeptical about it at first. But then I knew with Coach Henry, with his experience, he knew what he was doing with the decision. So I felt very comfortable going into the ankle leg. Once I saw how Florida had the slight lead on Mylik, I trusted Mylik and I knew what Mylik could do. So coming into the last straightaway, I saw him coming around that curve, and my heart just started pounding like it was boom, 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 started pounding. So as he running down the straightaway, I'm running down the bleachers. Then he crossed the line. I just threw my hands up like we just did it.
How quickly were you out on that track? How many bleachers or ropes and stuff did you hop to get out there to your guys?
I would say I probably ran an 8-second 100-meter down the bleachers to get to the track. And then in the process, I saw a few people trample on the floor. I had to stop and help up, but I still didn't stop me. I had to run down there, get down, give them a hugs, celebrate, congratulate. We had to do a prayer. It just felt so amazing being out there, being a part of this.
And Will, for you too, like people think of, like Mylik just said, people think of this as an individual sport, but is not what you guys went through really the ultimate definition of collegiate track? I mean, it's such a team concept, especially when you get to these championship meets. I mean, did what happened in the meet and specifically maybe in that race, did that really define the team that you guys have as a group?
Yes, definitely, because we have a good group of guys come to nationals, but we still have an amazing group that sat and watched and helped us through that.
Yeah. Now, what about for you? Let's go back to your event. Talk me through your, as you prepare yourself to work your way through your different jumps there. Talk about when did you think, you know what, I might be able to really help my guys out?
I came into the meet very comfortable because, like as I said before, I was the underdog, so I wasn't really getting pressure. I came through my first jump, I fouled. Coach Henry came to the back of the runway. He said, "Come on, relax, have fun." And then once I saw how my foul was, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got this." And then I was paying attention to what the other guys was jumping, and then my second jump pushed me into second place. And then I still was kind of looking at the other jump. I never put myself in a position where I just knew I had this until that last jump. And then that last jump, I actually thought I was going to win it, but it wasn't as good. But it still put some points on the board to help the team out, so I was pretty satisfied with that.
And Mylik, for you, when your guy here is jumping, I don't know if you're prepping or you're doing something else. Are you able to watch him and kind of watch him progress, and then for him to finish second? What did that mean to you?
That for me, I actually didn't get to see it because sometimes whenever you're running races, you really don't have the luxury of getting to watch your teammates. But like, as you hear about it and your teammate comes up to you, like I was more happy for him than me making the finals in the 400. And I think that's like for him, like it's good. Like for the whole team, like that's good for our whole team. So I'm happy for any one of my teammates just as much as I'm happy for myself. And like I just think that every point that we had, like we said, like every point was big.
How far do you think you could jump? You ever take a shot at the long jump?
Yeah, I used to try the long and triple, but I just found out my coach just told me like that just wasn't me. So I had to put those shoes down and just let it be. Let the guys that are good at it, like Will, let them handle it because that's not really me. I'm not going to try to force that issue up on myself.
You going to take a shot at the 4x4 or the 400 there? Or are you going to leave that to these guys here?
I actually talked about it. I joked around a lot with it, but then I see the way these guys train, and I'm like, I don't even think I can make it past 150 with them.
My boy said the 150, he locked.
Keep it short. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
I figure I might be able to get halfway around the track, and then we'd have to call Saul and the trainers to get me in there. Help me out. Mylik Kerley, Will Williams with us here. Aggie Track national champions over the weekend. Mylik, obviously there's a lot of focus on the 4x4 and your leg because that's what people are seeing there as the championship's actually won. First off, talk about your brother's leg there and the way he set the tone for that race with the time he put up.
I said this in an interview yesterday. He's like the LeBron and I'm like the Kyrie. So, like, he's the one. He always does his job no matter what. And I feel like I always do my job, too. And sometimes my job might be just to come clutch for the team.
More like Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah, that's more my age, Kobe and Shaq. I got that.
Well, we gonna keep it LeBron and Kyrie. We're going to keep it new age, you know. But, you know, Will likes Kobe and Shaq. So, but, yeah, my brother, he's a good leader, you know. And he leads in a different way than I think anybody else does. He purely does it by his actions.
Yeah.
And, like, you don't have to tell him how to lead. Like, he just does it purely out of his actions. Like, he's going to put up the numbers. He's going to, like, even when he's down, like, he's going to find a way to get back. He always bounces back, and that's the most successful people in the world. Like, they always bounce back no matter what.
Now, on that last leg, as you enter, you know, you're behind as you take that baton, as you start to come around. I'm sure there's a strategy you have in your mind that you're not going to necessarily try to catch him immediately. What's your strategy as you kind of come around that bend, you start to make your move there?
I felt like if I was going to lock up, I was going to lose. So I had to I had to be patient with it, you know, like. And we put in the practice and we put in everything, the practice and stuff with Coach Henry. Like, he teaches us how to run. and in any situation, like, it's always be relax, relax. And so in my mindset, it's like, okay, I need to relax the whole time until the last second and don't try to eat it all up at once and wait to the right moment to make a move. And I feel like I did that at the right time.
Exactly. Mylik Kerley, Will Williams with us here. We're talking Aggie track and kind of fun. Now, you got a whole outdoor season to go. You guys got a long time. But this event comes back here next year, 2018. Have you guys thought a little bit, maybe just a little bit in the back of your mind, that the team could maybe lift another one next year?
Yeah, I thought about that as immediately after we finished national. But then first we have to focus on the outdoors, try to double up outdoors, and then once we get past that, hopefully we can do it again next year.
Yeah, and you guys, Mylik, are big time outdoor team. I mean, that's where you guys really put your focus there. Does winning the indoor, you guys have always been good, but never been able to get that number one next to your name. But winning that indoor, does that make you that much more hungrier, that much more excited for outdoor season?
Well, I feel like whether we won it or not, I was still going to be hungry. But at the same time, we actually did win it, so it does make you a little bit more like a little satisfied, a little bit at ease, because we know that we could win an outdoor one also, and we also, if you could win indoor, like, the sky's the limit for you. And I think that it was just a blessing for us to win it.
Exactly. All right, well, Mylik and Will, thank y'all. Really appreciate the time. Congratulations on the championship. Enjoy the week in Phoenix. A little spring break action there. A little outdoor season started there. And if we need to set up this, you running the 400 and you maybe doing the long jump, I'd have to probably clear it with Coach. I don't know if Coach wants you guys messing around like that.
Probably go out there and break my
I
leg.
don't think that'll happen.
Coach is going to shoot that idea down, huh?
Probably if they put a 150 out there, I'd try that.
Just a straight, like a 60?
Yeah,
Or just
a
really
straight,
quick?
yeah.
Just one quick run there? We'll do it. Well, guys, congrats again, and thank you for the time.
All right, thank you.
All right, Mylik Kerley, Will Williams, national champions, Texas A&M track and field.